You know, even though the man was completely irredeemable and he was heinous, I'm gonna miss this villain. I'm gonna miss him because he was very quirky. He had a very unique personality, something that I haven't seen before. So seeing him, die in this episode, I'm gonna miss him. I really liked his character. It's kind of upsetting, but I mean, it makes sense why he would die here. I mean, his entire character, the whole purpose of it was that he wanted to die with, a bright, shining light. Like, for instance, he wanted to die shining and stuff. So, it makes sense why he died here. He went with his character. I'm just sad that he died because I felt like, he's just a great character, so different from what I've seen from normal shows that I just wish I had more of him. Which is the same I could say for Nihei as well, because Nihei was a great character, very unique as well, and also, he died too. And, that's one of the things I've been noticing about Golden Kamuy. It has some very unique characters it introduces, but then they kill them off, and, that kind of upsets me, because I feel like there's so much more potential for them. But I felt like Nihei as a character probably had way more potential than this new villain that was introduced that died in this episode. I feel like he could have been around a lot longer, but, let's shelf that for now, though. So, this week's episode is incredibly simple, and it can be split up into two different segments. The first segment, or the first half of the episode, is spent with the villain that just wants to die in a bright, shining light, and then the second half of the episode focuses on Tanigaki, hopefully I'm saying his name right, and how he has his own segment where he has to defend Asirpa's people, has to defend her family, which makes for a very amusing second half because it's very different from what you would expect from Golden Kamuy, since we have been following, the Escape King, Asirpa, and, Sugimoto as characters in their point of view. We haven't really got to see everybody else's point of view that much, and so seeing Tanigaki having, his own art from what we can see, I'm curious to see what's gonna go down. But before I get into the second half, let's get into the first half. So, the villain that died. I want to just take a few moments to mention the fact that when the man was getting stabbed and he died, anyone else feel that yaoi moment? Oh my god, there was some romance going on between Sugimoto and that dude. There was some serious romance. They were blushing, smiling at each other. Sugimoto's I won't forget you and all that, while he's, just stabbing the man. Just are you serious right now? You what? It's just it was very creepy, very weird, but very amusing. And I'm just yeah, this turned very yaoi very quickly, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's just very weird because they were literally trying to kill each other, and then this man's bleeding out and all that. He's being stabbed in the chest, but he's yes, this is what I wanted, yes! I'm what the what's wrong with you? But I mean, at the same time, that's why I like his character, because it's just so different. You would not expect a character like that, getting off to the fact that he is dying. The man was legit dying, but he was getting off to that. I'm just you know what, this is why I've been, enjoying Golden Kamuy so much. I've been enjoying Golden Kamuy because of just how unique its characters can be, and how different it is from the normal seinen and shonen, just so different. So, I mean, just the way the man acted, and the way, he was trying to give, Sugimoto blades, which one do you want? He was trying to insist on Sugimoto getting the knife. I'm just this man is trying to pick the weapon that would kill him. That's just, it's so messed up, but I love it. It's entertaining. It's super freaking entertaining. And what even caught me by surprise was just how some of the scenes, even though it was serious in a lot of moments, there was a lot of comedy as well. For instance, you have the whole minigun, segment of the episode, to where, Sugimoto's in there in the house with the killer, and then all of a sudden, the old man of the place just starts shooting his gun and all that, while the lieutenant, the commander is there from the 7th Division, and you just see how the gun's going through the wall and stuff. I'm what the hell? It's just, it's going off, and this man is just running and all that, and Sugimoto's trying to save the man, and eventually, all of a sudden, when the man tries to do something heinous, Sugimoto's stabs him real quick. It was so quick. I'm just whoa, chill. It just really shows how Sugimoto, he could just change like that and really put someone down if they mean him any type of harm whatsoever. But yeah, the first half, like I said, it's incredibly simple, straight to the point. It was mainly just taking the man down, the man getting what he wanted, wanting to die in a blaze of glory, and struggling to his, the bitter end. And I mean, he kind of got what he wanted, but much worse. I mean, he got stabbed by Sugimoto, he got shot, and then on top of that, he got grabbed by a killer whale while he was on the beach, and dragged into the water and being slung around, that man is unlucky. You have to be one of the most unlucky people to have something like that done to you. Because I know killer whales are dangerous, don't get me wrong. I know they are. I've read some stories on them. but I don't think it's normal for a killer whale to come onto shore like that and grab you and drag you in the water. I just don't think that's that normal. I could be wrong there. If anyone wants to correct me in the comments below. But what happened to the dude when he got grabbed by a killer whale and been dragged into the water and all that and been flung around? I'm just like, this man, if it would have been anyone else, they would have been scared. Like, they would have been really scared. But this man was so happy with what was happening because his death was becoming so brutal that he never even imagined it would be quite like that. I mean, his brother got eaten alive by a boar. But this man was basically getting eaten alive by a killer whale. So just like, yeah, I mean, I guess he got a pretty savage way to go. But okay, so yeah, that's the first half. The first half, like I said, it's incredibly simple. There's really not a whole lot going on there besides just concluding what the story set up in last week's episode. But there was some funny moments here and there, like, Asurpa in the bathroom saying how she wants to go to the bathroom. I mean, there's some good stuff here, and then also how she used her, arrow to shoot the man. Very skilled, just shows once again how great she is as a hunter. But at the same time, it shows that she is, once again, she's stepping closer and closer to the line to where Sugimoto is at. Because remember, Sugimoto, the reason why, he's a partner with Asurpa right now is to protect her to where she doesn't have to do the heinous stuff that he does. For instance, cutting someone's skin off and then, getting the tattoos. And Asurpa, she doesn't want to kill anyone. But with her shooting the man like she did, shooting him and weakening him, it does show that Asurpa is getting closer and closer to treading beyond the path. For instance, going over the line to where she can never come back, killing someone. I feel like that's one of the main messages for that scene. It was very subtle, but I believe that's kind of what that scene was setting up, showing that the more and more that Sugimoto hangs around Asurpa, and the more she hangs around him, the more she's going to change, and eventually she might kill someone to protect him. Because let's look at it like this. I believe if Sugimoto was in a life or death situation and the man was legit about to die, I believe she's probably eventually going to get pushed to the point where she will kill someone to be able to save him. And I feel like that's eventually going to happen. It'll probably play a big part with her character in the future because of the way the story has been set up. But okay, so let's move into the second half. So the second half of the episode is very interesting because once again it goes along with what I've been saying for the past couple episodes ever since Nihei, that the soldier that was like an enemy to Sugimoto fighting him a while back, and, seeing how he survived, the traps and all of this, you'd think he would have been long dead. He would have been irrelevant. But just seeing once again how he had a big spotlight with this episode, even more so than he had in previous episodes, it really goes to show he might join the main cast of characters. He actually might join Sugimoto's group. Because, I mean, he's protecting Asurpa's family, protecting her entire village from two hunters or two people from his squad, the 7th Division, that wants him dead. Tanigaki is a pretty interesting character because, I mean, we got to see a little bit more of his humanity in this week's episode. I mean, we knew he was kind of like a nice dude. He didn't want to hurt Asurpa when he first met her, and then he was tricked by her and all that. And we knew he wasn't like a cold-hearted individual. And just seeing how he reacted to the two soldiers being there, and he was just trying to, maintain the situation to where they didn't get hurt at all, and then he wanted them to, just leave or whatever, it shows he's not a bad dude at the end of the day, and I feel like Asurpa's really going to respect that and probably want to, help the man, commend him for what he's doing for her family. I feel like something like that might happen just because of that scene entirely. Now, the question is, judging by the way the ending sequence of the episode is done, it makes you believe that nobody is really coming to help the man. For instance, where Sugimoto, Asurpa, and the Escape King is currently at, nobody is in range to be able to help out Tanigaki with what is happening. So, it's basically Tanigaki versus two soldiers by himself. And I feel like next week's episode, we're going to have a POV shift over to him, and we're going to get to see how he defends Asurpa's village, and, Sugimoto and all of them are completely unaware of what's going on. But it's really cool. I like the style of the storytelling, because I'm so used to storytelling focusing on the main characters, and never giving the spotlight to other characters, or changing the POV. It's something that I would really love a lot more of in, like, other shonen or series I read nowadays. For instance, good example, I would love to see it used more in One Piece. I'm not saying One Piece is bad for focusing on Luffy and stuff, and it does shift POV sometimes, but I would really love to have, the POV shifted off to Straw Hats more than it is. And so seeing how the POV is shifted over to Tanigaki, I can respect that. I like writing like that because it allows us to see the world from a different point of view than what we're normally used to. But yeah, pretty much the entire ending sequence of the episode was pretty epic, hype, and pretty scary, because at any moment, I felt like Tanigaki could have died like that, or, Asurpa's village, and I was worried that they might, be taken as hostage or used against the man. I felt like something like that was going to go down, and, it could potentially still happen. I mean, for all we know, Tanigaki could die, or everybody in the village could die, but he's the last sole survivor, and Asurpa could go off the deep end, which is what I was talking earlier in this video. Maybe she might go off the deep end, and then she could end someone's life. Something like that could happen, which will lead to her character development and how she's changing because of Sugimoto. But like I said, that's left for speculation. We don't really know right now. But that's about it when it comes to this week's episode of Golden Kamuy. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you enjoyed this week's episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Please be honest in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below, because for some reason, even if you click the subscribe button, you don't always get notified for when a video is uploaded. So if you want to be certain when I upload a video and want to be notified for it, then click the bell icon down below. With that, I love you guys. Please be safe. Chibi out.